has located a bomb. Plan your defenses accordingly.
Welcome to the Mozzie Operator How-To. Today we will be diving into the basics of playing Mozzie, the defender that can take your drones by shooting tiny four-legged starfish around the map. But first, why would you want to play Mozzie? Well, the satisfaction you get just by knowing how annoying you are to the enemy team is enough to fuel your hunger for destruction and devastation. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Arguably, the most important aspect of Mozzie is getting those sweet drones, which may sound hard at first, since there is an indicator that shows if Mozzie's gadgets are nearby. You would be surprised, however, with how often people just ignore that and head right to your pest, leaving you with an army of drones and a sea of salt by the enemy players.
Located a bomb. Be ready for assault.
Additionally, when drones are being chased by your teammates, you can close them off with your gadget, giving them little to no time for an evasive maneuver, growing your drone army by one. But even if you don't get any drones during the preparation phase, having pests at rooms and choke points near the objective can still be useful, since you deny intel, and at times can even snatch a late drone and use it to your advantage. Mozzie can also do things like runouts for intel without putting himself at risk by using his drones, leading to epic plays done by your teammates, because you were too busy running away to preserve your drone. Mozzie is a 2-speed, 2-armor operator, meaning that he can roam if he so chooses, but he can also be an anchor and gather intel with his drones. One thing you should note, however, is that you only get 3 potential drones, and even so, you might not get all of them, so it is important not to lose them. Mozzie can also be equipped with a C4, and since he is an intel operator, similar to Pulse, he can drone out an enemy and C4 them, sometimes even from the floor below. Now, let's go over Mozzie's weapon loadout. Mozzie's first primary weapon choice is the Commando 9, an assault rifle with moderate recoil, decent rate of fire and damage, and a 26-round magazine. This is the commonly picked weapon because it is easy to use and very rewarding, and since it has a low recoil, you can add an angled grip to reduce the ADS time and get those fast and clean kills. Mozzie's second primary weapon choice is the P10 Ronnie, which is a submachine gun that shoots like a laser, with low recoil and a high rate of fire, but carries 20-round magazines. It is not as used as the Commando 9, but it is a headshot machine, and it still is a very powerful gun. The reason why people don't pick it as often as the Commando 9, however, is because it doesn't have a cool-ass reload animation, reducing Mozzie's swag points significantly. Now that we know how to get drones and what guns to use, let's go over Mozzie's gameplay and how to approach different situations to maximize your performance and impress every e-girl you encounter. But how are you so good at Mozzie salty snacks, you may ask, and how can we mortals become so good too? Well, all you need is time and effort, and you might become almost as good as me. Now, you should typically start a round by placing down pests at entrances, drone holes, and doorways, and then go reinforce whatever important wall your teammates forgot, because they want to spawn peekers to chanker. Then, you can either decide to get your ass out of the objective room, and either fully commit to a roam, or lurk in a nearby room, droning every now and then, or find a comfortable corner in the objective and sit on your drones until someone starts shooting. One thing you should avoid, however, is going away from the objective room and scout with your drones at areas where people never really go, because if your teammates die and leave you on your own, you won't have enough time to drone the site then, and you will basically have to go in blind. And unless you are an aim god like me, you will usually end up dying and being constantly flamed by your teammates, as demonstrated in this clip. I would go over the pros and cons of Mozzie's secondary gadgets, which are the barbed wire and the C4. But the C4 is far superior, and there is really no reason not to bring it. As you can see in these clips, the barbed wire serves no purpose, whereas the C4 absolutely demolishes this clueless nut, leading to an MLG epic montage-worthy play. Anyway, that was the guide on how to play Mozzie, the Aussie. Get it? Because he is Australian and it rhymes with Mozzie. Ha ha ha. Pure comedy gold. I hope this video will help you unleash the Mozzie within, and don't forget to embrace the power of stealing other people's drones for your own personal gain, only to spamming them in front of their face, forcing them to destroy what was once theirs, and leaving them powerless.
Mozzie, go plan.
Also, I forgot to mention that I am in fact a Copper 4 player, but I was bronze last season so it doesn't count. But you should still take everything I mentioned with a tiny grain of salt. And don't forget to do the action of pressing the subscribe button and then clicking on the grey belt until it turns blue. And I will see you again in the near future hopefully. Thanks for watching.